Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving deep into a really powerful vision of modern femininity, and it comes from Alina Chamberlain's work, She Who Awakens. We're going to break down the core ideas behind what she calls the awakened woman. Okay, this quote right here, it just gets straight to the heart of everything. It's a total flip of the script on this old idea that femininity is somehow a weakness, something you need to overcome. This philosophy says, no, that's not it at all. It's actually your ultimate source of power. So what does this awakened woman even look like? We're not talking about a certain style or job or status. This is all about a portrait of an internal state of being. I love this description. She's grounded, right? Firmly rooted in the earth. But at the same time, she's transcendent, connected to something bigger. And you got to pay attention to that last line. She doesn't compete with the world. She creates it. This is huge. It means she stops scrambling for her little piece of the pie and starts generating her own reality, just through the force of her own presence. And her power isn't just one thing. It's this beautiful synthesis of three core pillars: a sharp intellect, a really deep connection to her body and senses, and this mature spiritual understanding. It's when all three of these come together that you get this incredibly powerful whole. So how does this whole journey even get started? Well, according to the guide, it doesn't begin by trying to change everything outside of you. It starts by mastering the universe inside of you. Look at this contrast. It's like night and day, right? On one side, you've got a life on autopilot, just being pushed around by all the external noise. On the other, you have a life of deep self-awareness. And a huge piece of this is that idea of inhabiting emotions somatically. It just means you actually feel them fully in your body. You know, like that heat in your chest when you're angry, or that lightness when you're joyful. And you don't judge it. You just let those feelings inform you instead of getting stuck in them. And you know what? It all boils down to this one simple question: the ability to just pause at any moment and honestly ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? That is the absolute foundational skill for this inner navigation. It's the key that unlocks everything and makes you, like the text says, invulnerable to external sway. Okay, so once you've got that inner awareness going, the journey turns to your physical body, but with a completely radical redefinition of what it even means to care for it. This is such a massive shift in perspective. Self-care is no longer some luxury or a chore you have to do. It becomes essential, like hygiene for the soul. And the goal isn't to fight off aging, it's to treat your body with devotion, like it's a sacred altar. So here's a practical way to think about it. This isn't about piling more stuff onto your to-do list. It's about changing the intention behind the things you're already doing. It's about turning those boring old routines into these rich, sensory experiences that literally fill you up with vitality. And when you build this internal foundation of awareness and this sacred care, the effects just naturally start to ripple outward. They begin to shape how you interact with the entire world, just through the sheer power of your presence. Now get this, here's a really fascinating concept. All that inner work, all that sacred care, it has a direct physical effect. The guide suggests there's a real link between your state of pleasure and the sound of your voice. So when you're grounded and you're filled with joy, your voice actually becomes more melodic, more captivating. This totally changes how you communicate. It's not about winning arguments or battles of wills anymore. Instead, you just broadcast your truth from this place of deep inner stillness. Your words have weight, not because you're yelling, but because they are backed by the, quote, density of your presence. And this presence, it also completely changes your relationship with creativity. It stops being this thing you do sometimes, and it becomes who you are. Every single thing you do, whether it's a business proposal or just making dinner, becomes this beautiful, artful expression of your soul. So what's the engine behind all this personal magnetism? Well, it's identified right here as the law of resonance, and it's powered by gratitude. This way of thinking frames gratitude not just as a nice feeling, but as an active, energetic force that literally attracts more of what you appreciate into your life. So all of this, it brings us to the ultimate purpose that's laid out in the text. And it's a mission that's both super personal and, at the same time, has this huge impact on the world around you. This right here, this is the final, most powerful transformation. That constant search for someone or something to validate you, for love to fill some kind of void, it just ends. You realize you're not empty at all. You are the very source of the love and the light you are looking for. And here it is, the ultimate takeaway. Your personal happiness gets reframed as your single most important task. And it's not a selfish thing. It's presented as the fulfillment of a divine purpose. It's an act that literally brightens the world and lets you finally drop all the roles you've been playing and just be your authentic self. So the guide doesn't end with a statement. It ends with a direct and personal invitation. It's suggesting that everything we just talked about, this knowledge, it's a set of keys. And it places the power and the choice right in your hands. So the real final question is for you. Are you ready to glow?